Yeah, have you got the clapperboard?
Who's no, I haven't.
Bring back the clapperboard.
I'm not going back downstairs now for it. I'm not going for the next episode. I will. Okay, right. So who's kicking this one off then?
Me.
Okay.
Welcome to the library here in the two grumpy old gays. Yes, we both have libraries in our houses. Or could it be that they are bad Zoom backgrounds? I don't know.
They're so
Oh,
good.
your mug just disappeared
I know.
into the library.
I'm chroma keying.
Oh my God.
Ah, that was a stupid mug to bring up.
So we're recording at the very beginning of November. Ain't it fucking cold?
What date is it today? We're a little bit late
Cold.
because
I
of
know we are late
whereabouts and
because
um
we've both been really busy.
yeah, and we're going to try and get together this weekend to record some um
Actual ones together.
face to face ones. But I'm afraid in order to
Well,
get
there's
one
also a
out,
real topical thing coming up because you know that we talked about the American elections just about to happen.
mm, well, we know who we want to get in, but who do you think will? Because I've got a feeling.
I
Um,
think Trump's going to squeak it if I have to make a prediction.
yeah,
Sadly,
if I was putting
sadly,
if I was
I
putting
can't believe the Americans are that stupid, but
no, they're not stupid. There's just
they
yeah,
are.
they are, yeah.
The ones that vote for Trump are.
Oh,
They're not. I can't. It's no. It's not stupidity.
they're
It's the
brainwashed.
same that happened with Brexit. People being blinded by lies about what. I mean, he says he's going to finish the fucking Ukraine war in a day. It's like,
Well, he probably will by bombing everybody.
oh, he's going to finish the world in a day. Well, that would be the consequence of that. Well, let's hope that doesn't happen. Jeez, that wouldn't be very nice.
So anyway,
Anyway, back to November. It's cold, isn't it? Isn't
it's
it cold?
cold, hence the jumper, hence the lit fire last night for the Strictly results. Um,
Nice.
and yeah, and dark at 4 o'clock. Dark at four
Well,
o'clock afternoon.
I've been doing a bit of work at the NEC in Birmingham, and coming home at 6, you kind of expect it to be a little bit light, and it's like the middle of the night by then.
Yeah, it really is, and very misty in the mornings. I don't know whether you're all finding that, but very
It
misty.
has been misty,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's been very
But then we live in the kind of Thames Valley where it's notoriously misty anyway,
very
which is terrible.
exorcist, isn't it? Very exorcist. You know, the light lampposts are all misted up, and you can see the light beams, and you know what I mean.
To me, no end, because I'm not, as you
But
know,
no,
I'm
it's
not a massive.
very dark, very dreary, very. It's a little bit lighter in the mornings, but not much.
Not
A
much.
couple of days a week, I'm up very early for work, and it's like half an hour's different. It's yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just a horrible time. So the winter's on. The getting bags of coal for the fire, and very
Bet
expensive.
that's not cheap.
Well, it's not cheap, no, but it's a little bit more nice than just gas heating. Um,
So in your palatial mansion, have you got like 10 rooms with fireplaces in and like the servant girl that goes around cleaning them each morning?
Ruby cleans out the
Roo, roll, Ruby.
Ruby, you wicked old girl. Mrs. Bridges gets Ruby
I
to clean out the grates. No, I've got one open fire, and it's
thought I thought you were going to say you got one servant girl.
one certain got to survive on more than one servant. Um, but yeah, no, lit fire. It's just a little bit more romantic in the head, isn't it, than a white radiator? So it's
I
not
mean,
that
you've been
expensive
described as
actually.
romantic in the head before, I'll give you that.
Sometimes it's not that cold enough to.
Your arm disappears when you do that.
Oh yeah.
When you scratch the back of your,
Oh, look at
yeah,
that.
look, scratch the back. I know it's scary. Don't do that.
Look.
Whereas mine's a real library.
You've never read a
It's
book in your. Oh, actually, you have read a book. We were reading the same book on holiday via our
yes,
Kindles, weren't we? And we said we'd have almost like a book club discussion, but we never discussed it, did we? Other than say
we never discussed it.
how far have you?
Apart from how far through are you? How far through are you? I'm on the next book now. Are you? Did you read the next book as well in the series?
I've got it ready. I'm in the middle of something else.
The next one isn't as good. Anyway, so cold, yes, but the other thing that happens at this time of year, and Margot is absolutely terrified of fireworks, and she was under the table shaking when I got back the other night because they begin really early. So as soon as it goes dark around here, it's like 4 o'clock, bam, 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 and they go on until like 11:30 in the night time.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm really lucky because Hugo doesn't get affected by fireworks. I don't know whether I've just got these Victorian houses just got very, very deep um, brickwork, which the sound can't penetrate. But no, he's always been pretty good with fireworks. He doesn't like the smell of them when you open the back door to go
I,
out.
I don't like the smell of them.
I can smell it, and it's obviously he's going. I don't think I want to go out there.
Yeah, it's quite acrid as well. I don't mind bonfire smell. I find that quite autumnal and pleasant. But you're not allowed to have not allowed to have a bonfire in your backyard anymore.
Bonfire in your backyard, smokeless, smokeless. Yeah, the same people moaning about it being smokeless are the ones that are always letting off fireworks.
Yeah.
Hypocrisy at its best. But the darker evenings, I think, are leaning more towards now making use of the Netflix accounts. I don't know whether you lot agree, but I'm watching more on Netflix because basically television is just so shit. So I've been watching
Live TV, apart from Strictly, which we're quite enjoying.
but generally,
I can't believe that Pete hasn't gone yet.
we'll get onto that in a minute. But generally, I think well, everyone's been when everyone's raving about something, I tend to rebel and I'm not watching that. Then if everyone's watching it, I'm not.
You are a bit of a rebel.
Yeah. So, but I did sit down and watch Monsters, and oh my god, I couldn't stop watching.
Like Monsters Inc.
No, not Monsters Inc. Monsters based on the two good-looking brothers whose sexuality was in question, who murdered their parents. Incredibly.
So they were psychopaths as well then.
Yes, yes.
Good looking, but psychopaths.
Yeah, these are LA socialites that had so
Right.
much. Yeah. So,
I've seen it. I've seen the advertised. I haven't watched it.
Okay, you've got to watch it. It's very, very good. But then it got me into thinking about the whole that I was looking through because you watch Monsters, you should watch this. And the whole recommendation thing was lots of 80s based dramas. And if you went back about
Right.
10 or so years ago, in the UK certainly, there was lots of 70s based dramas like Life on Mars and
Yeah. Oh, 80s based dramas. Oh, I see what you mean. You're not talking about dramas that there were in the 80s.
No, 80s based. So they're remaking them with
historical drama that's
yes.
set in the 80s. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, historical drama, yeah. But so Life on Mars, what was the other one that was based on the Life of Mars thing?
Ashes to Ashes.
Ashes to Ashes, yeah, although and now it's very 80s based. So albeit Monsters was very factual based, there's lots of 80s based and having lived through the 80s, believe it or not.
I mean, I don't recall that obviously because I'm not old enough.
No, you were probably locked up in front of a microphone for most of the 80s.
I was for most of the 80s, exactly right. That's true.
You know the decades by soundproofing rather than by the music.
That's very true. That's very true.
But there's a lot of them out there at the moment, and it's interesting to watch and to see how accurate they make it. Because I've looked at a few things, thinking, do you remember? I don't know whether you remember, but there were some things in Star Wars and things like that where people were saying, "Well, that can't be true because that never came out." Okay, and you see things in these 80s. I know, give you an example. For basically the Rubik's Cube came out in about 86,
yeah.
But somebody will pick up that it was on somebody's coffee table based in 1981.
Yeah,
wasn't out in 1986. But it's actually
But that's normally you doing that moaning. That's normally you being grumpy about it. Are you complaining that other people are being grumpy and you're not being grumpy about it? Because that's quite pot calling the kettle black.
It's all right when it's me. It's all right when it's me.
Okay. Oh, the hypocrisy of the grumpy old gays comes out now. Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Have you seen that did you see series 1 of The Diplomats on Netflix? Because season 2 has just been released.
And because it's number 4,
that's certainly worth it.
Yeah, because it's recommended. I mean, like Heartbreaker, everyone's I know I've seen the first 2 series of Heartbreaker, but I don't want to watch
Get
the.
on and watch the other one because it's
I
just
know.
beautiful. It made me
I
cry a lot.
will. I will, but when I'm ready, I don't want to watch it just because Netflix and everyone else is telling me I should be watching it. Um, but yeah,
You
that
can't have a water cooler movement moment if you don't water cooler moment. What a fucking ridiculous phrase that is. Because like we run our own businesses. There is no fucking water
this
cooler
is
to
this is
there's
the
nobody else to stand around. It's called a tap.
this is the water cooler moment. Um, but with that whole winter, watching more Netflix and changing the clocks. Oh my god, what a rigmarole!
Oh, clocks.
You,
I
you
thought I'd done them all, and then I found one the other day. It's like, oh, and then I went to work when I do the work in Nottingham, and on the studio wall, it was like I thought, oh, I've only got another hour, and another half hour to go, and it was another hour and a half to go.
the thing is, most of them now change themselves, don't they? So it's that one in the car, and it's the one on the fridge,
Yeah.
on the oven, and things like that that don't change. And you're like, really? Do we need clocks anymore? We've got them on our phones, on our wrist, on the wall. We don't really need clocks everywhere now.
I think just stop there because that's a great philosophical question. Do we need clocks anymore?
Well,
It's like,
as in, do we need another
it's
gadget?
against time.
Do we need? We don't need another. I mean, I was looking at. I mean, I get it with the oven because you might set the oven to go on, so it needs a clock. But I was looking at my microwave, thinking, why do I need a clock on my
Just
microwave?
because there's a digital clock in the kitchen for you, so you know what time it is, so you're not
I,
late for work.
but I don't need it. I don't need it. So I've deliberately unplugged it, and now it doesn't display it because you have to if you
Says
don't.
the man. No, no, wait. Says the man who has the digital readout in his kitchen of the fucking bus timetable on the wall.
That's well,
Again, the I think we call this episode the hypocrisy of the grumpy old gays. It's like, you
and
can't be grumpy about stuff and then have it in your house.
and then I bought us both that great big enormous digital clock from
Yeah,
AliExpress, which are
I
crap.
quite like it.
Yeah, I quite like that one. We'll
I
have that
quite
one.
like
Have that one. But I can't,
But oh my God, changing that one, that was a nightmare because I had to go back and get the leaflet out to find out how you change it.
yeah, we don't want to be changing the clocks. It's almost like the one in the car is now accurate for 6 months ahead, and it won't be inaccurate for another 6 months until spring. So,
That's true. Well, it's right twice a year.
yeah, it's right twice a year for 6 months. It's right for half the year anyway, isn't it?
My fridge is still causing me problems, by the way.
Or when I come round, I'll bring something to have a
Could
look
you?
at it. Yeah,
But
yeah.
my fridge is acting like a freezer for the people that don't know. I'm sure we've mentioned it before. It's acting like a freezer. So you put anything in it, like a packet of ham or something, the next morning you come, that's fucking rock solid. It's like, well, that's unhelpful. It's like I put a can of Diet Coke in there the other day, literally rock solid. It's like I can't fucking drink that, can I?
You
So
don't
that's really annoying
you
because I
don't need
have got a
those
second
blue
fridge in my
packs.
garage, so I'm having to take everything out to the garage to
You
put
don't
it in
need
the
those.
fridge.
You don't need those blue packs that go into a picnic bag. You just
No,
put a can of Coke in the fridge, and it'll freeze it for the next 24 hours. So that's a good one.
exactly.
Oh, that's
Very annoying.
um. I, today, I've been. We spoke earlier on the phone, and I've been to IKEA today. Um. And
IKEA.
yeah,
If you don't mind, IKEA is fucking ridiculous. Can you believe? Why on earth would they try an advertising campaign in Britain where it's always been known as IKEA to try and get us to call it IKEA? And again, Hyundai, not Hyundai. It's
yeah,
a great Hyundai. Oh, fuck off. It's Hyundai.
and Jif. They changed that to Sif in the UK, didn't they? It's like leave it as Jif.
Spoiler bloody Ole. What's that about?
Olay. Oh, honest to God, Olay. Um.
Yeah, but that one does make sense because it was Ole in the entire rest of the world and
So
Britain
was
was
Jif. Jif was
was
Sif.
it?
Yeah, 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 yeah,
But Jif was a lemon. Jif lemon. You remember Jif lemon? Squeezable lemon.
yeah, yeah. Um. So I went over to IKEA to get a couple of bits, and of course, I'm looking through the candles, going, oh, I don't need any more. If anyone's watching for Christmas, I do not need candles. Please, nobody buy me candles.
Noted.
Okay.
Noted.
No, no, not you, but I know some of my friends
Oh,
locally.
so I can buy you candles.
No, you can't. No.
No,
Um,
it's like noted. Exactly.
but
Could you look behind you a moment? Just look behind you. Yeah, you've got a whole row of encyclopedias there. Is that Encyclopedia Britannica? Oh, or are they lever arch? No, no, further down than that. Are they lever arch files? Maybe I can't tell from here. Yeah, there. Yeah, there. Yeah, there. There. Are they lever arch files or are they Encyclopedia Britannica?
like I've looked at
them.
the last 20 years.
That's what the internet's for now.
Yes, absolutely. Who's got encyclopedias like this?
Because mine is all classic fiction.
Mhm.
Yeah, classic fiction,
Yeah.
Dickens and stuff.
Well,
Oh, I've fallen out of focus. Hang on.
that's my real background.
Oh, whoa! Oh my God! It's like the Matrix.
I know, I know. Um, so anyway, back to IKEA for a moment.
Sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I went over there this because I was going to go Saturday, then I was going to go Sunday, and I thought, no, it's the last day before the kids go back to school. Go Monday. And
Well, that was a mistake. Hey, you know what? That was a mistake, don't you?
well, you tell me first.
'Cause the kids are still off.
Honest to God, that they just had a week off, and now it looks like they've got another, I don't know, teacher training or whatever they call. For God's sake, get them. It's 6 weeks from
I do
Christmas.
believe they call it an insect day.
Insect day, whatever. Get them back
It
to
used to be called a
school.
Baker Day when Ken Baker was the education secretary years ago, when my mum was a teacher.
Honest to God, it's just like they've just had a holiday. Now they've just had another holiday, and in 6 weeks they'll have another. It's like really
Yes,
six
but
weeks.
Mark, if you had your way, the kids would be at school between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., 6 days a week, and maybe half a day on a Sunday. So you'd never see
No,
them, wouldn't you?
that's not true. No, I'm all okay with um, but
Well-behaved silent ones.
no. I'm okay. It's just this constant evolution of well, every 6 weeks we've got to have a week off. Why? Why have we got to have? Well, how are we preparing children for the real world? Because they're going to want a week off every 6 weeks and then 6 weeks in the summer.
It's no different. We did have half term when we were at
I
school.
know, I know. Yeah, but I don't think we had as many of these weeks off as they get now. I genuinely don't believe we did. Okay, and I think we're setting people up for what? Really? I only get 4 weeks a year holiday when they get their first year. It's like, yeah, welcome to reality. But yet we're allowed to get them ready.
4 weeks, they should count themselves lucky. Bloody hell.
Well, that's by choice of being
When
selfish.
I was a kid, I was lucky enough to have a cardboard box to piss in. I think
we
the metaphor went a bit wrong there, but you know what I mean.
we were so poor, we only had candles to keep us warm, and if it was really cold, Dad would light them. Um,
Yeah, exactly right.
um, well,
Dad, you were lucky enough to have a dad.
I was going to go to the supermarket on the way back because I normally
Yep.
walk to the supermarket, but because I was in the car, and I thought, oh, if the kids are still off school, then I'm not going to the supermarket until tomorrow. I'm sorry. So I'll go there tomorrow. I wanted some celeriac. Do you think honest to God, you think you were asking for a rocket scientist when you go? It's like it's a staple vegetable. What? Why is it only Waitrose? And if you're lucky,
Can I just say, it's a fucking horrible vegetable. Don't do that to yourself.
it's nice as mash.
If you've got a
It does,
piranha peeler, it works well.
but it does
It's
look.
not nice in mash. It tastes like fucking aniseed. It's not nice. You shouldn't put licorice anywhere near mashed potatoes. Don't give me that shit.
It,
Seriously, what? That's just wrong on all levels.
okay, well, I'm not going to talk about celeriac anymore then. Um,
It's
um,
also really knobbly.
not if you mash it.
But do you like but the flavor is awful.
It's not. It really isn't. It really isn't. It's a good way of reducing the carbohydrates from potatoes. So half and half, half potato, half celeriac or swede, and you've got a much more carb-free mash.
Weed, yes. Even butternut squash, yes, but not. So celeriac tastes awful,
Well,
in my humble opinion.
we'll agree to disagree. Favorite vegetables in the comments below, please. And do you know what? Last thing before we go, then. And last night you
Oh, oh, oh! Before you move on, my favorite vegetable is a mooli. I don't know what it tastes like, but it looks like a giant penis.
does look like a horse's. Yeah.
If you've never seen, look for it in the Oriental supermarkets. Go in and ask for a mooli.
Yeah, Asda has that, but they don't have any celeriac. But yes, last night I'm guessing you weren't happy. I was really disappointed for you because I know how much you like
Oh, I
Nikita,
love Nikita. I'm very sad that he's gone.
and I'm still rooting for Miranda's friend Sarah.
Yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure she'll be in the final.
I think so too. Just every week gets. I mean, really. and I'm pained to say this, but for somebody of her age, as was
Yeah,
one of the
no,
judges,
amazing,
she's
absolutely amazing.
absolutely. I mean, she's not old; she's only our age, I think, but absolutely phenomenal.
Which means she is old.
She's not old. She's not old. Oh, she's not old.
Yeah, agreed. I can't believe that people didn't vote Pete Wicks out when he came bottom of the leaderboard because I don't. The man looks dirty when you got that many tattoos. I like tattoos. You got that many tattoos, you just look dirty. It's like same as David Beckham. You look dirty. No,
David, TV presenter said
David Beckham
David
looks
Beckham
dirty. He just does. That's the title of this episode. Is it Grumpy Old Gay say David Beckham looks dirty?
That's funny.
Which
That's
he
funny.
does.
So, are we going to make a prediction? Oh, we're getting close to time. Are we going to make a quick prediction for next week?
No, no. Let's not make a prediction.
Okay. Okay.
I just want Pete to go.
That's our hope then, is that Pete
Yes.
goes. Okay. We'll go with that then.
All right.
Okay. Well, again, we love your comments. We love your likes, your subscribes. We love all that. So please
Yes, get subscribing for goodness sake.
subscribe. I will tell you about my John Lewis experience on the
Next
next
time.
one.
Nice.
And yeah, never
Maybe
know.
come and sit on my sofa and do it.
Well, yes, we're hoping to get together on Saturday, aren't we? So we'll watch Strictly. We'll probably do some footage for the, and we'll
like a Gogglebox special.
We could actually do
I know we could. I know we could. That's we could do a live through it.
How long's Strictly on for? Is it 2 hours?
2 hours, something like that.
We could.
I quite like that idea.
We could do. Just put it on the tripod and do a YouTube live for Strictly, and then everyone can come in and just take part in whenever they want to and say hello.
We'd have to have our clothes on, mine.
in this weather, absolutely. Blanket.
I'll make sure the heating's on. Right, I think that's it.
Okay, all right. Well, the details are on the screen for you to click subscribe and watch the next episode. And
basically, remember, Mr. Hedger with the encyclopedia in the library
with the dagger. I haven't got a dagger actually. Have I got a dagger? Yeah, I've got a metal ruler. There we go. I can't be seen.
Oh my God.
That was very O.J. Simpson, wasn't it? Right. Okay. Time to crack on and yeah, and hopefully we'll have a
Just say goodbye.
Say goodbye.